Does that work? Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Look It Up Podcast. I'm Chip Ulmer, and with me, as always, is my pawpaw and co-host, Tony Gudo. You can find us on YouTube under Look It Up Podcast and Facebook under his name, Tony Gudo.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We've been having a lot of people, extra people watching. Please let people know we're here. What we do, we give you a recap on sports, on what's going on in the last week. We go from week to week. We usually do it on Wednesday evening, so it's out on Wednesday night and weekend. We talk about LSU baseball, we talk about LSU football, we talk about the softball team, we talk about the UFL, we talk about the Saints, we talk about the NBA, we talk about the NFL, we talk about everything. We do it in about 30 minutes time. Let's start off today. We're going to start off with LSU. LSU Tigers, they in the SEC tournament last night.
Baseball.
Ooh, it was a late game. I stayed up till 1 o'clock watching it. LSU ended up winning the game 6-2 in the SEC tournament, and then they're moving on. Tonight they play Auburn at 8 o'clock if the other games don't run late, right?
Yep.
Let's do this, Tigers. If we win this tournament, guess what? We get in the bracket. We get in the regional. We'll find out.
If we
If
win,
we do it or not. The pictures look real good. It's like the second picture was killing it.
If we win tonight, we will play Friday against Texas A&M.
You already decided?
Mm-hmm.
They won today?
Yeah.
So we'll be in the final?
No, they had the double bye.
Oh, so we're in the final Friday? Oh, that's the semifinal.
Quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal. So we got a long way to go. We need to win like 3 games, right? To win this thing. So anyway, they'll be interested.
We need to win 3 games to make it to the championship.
Yeah, so we'll see. Looked good last night. We'll see if they can continue to do that down in Hoover, Alabama. Anyway, the girls, the softball team, they made it to the next bracket. They will be playing in the regional against Alabama. I think it starts Friday. Might be tomorrow, but I think it's Friday. It's a 3-game series against Alabama, and I think it's in Alabama, as far as I know. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. UFL. Let's talk a little bit about UFL. Everybody been watching it? Last week I watched the game, the Orlando Storm and the Dallas Renegades. Looked like the Storm was going to run away with it. Dallas made a run back, almost won the game. They had a chance to tie the game with the last 2 or 3 minutes in the game, and what happened? They threw a pick. Austin Reed threw a pick. That was it. They lost the game 31-24. The other game, again, the DC Defenders lost again for the 3rd time. They lost this one to Louisville. I think Louisville took over the whole league this week. They won 33-30. 33-30. The other games, Houston and St. Louis. I watched that game. Houston handled them. Houston has been a bad team most of the year, but they've come on the last couple of weeks. They beat the Battlehawks in St. Louis 23-16. And the final game was Sunday. The Columbus Aviators and the Birmingham Stallions. I watched a little bit of that game. It was kind of boring. It ended up 14-3. Birmingham was the victor. This coming week, let's see, they got 8 weeks. They got 2 weeks to go, and then it's in the playoffs. This week, Friday night, 7 o'clock Central. The DC's Defenders play Orlando, and Orlando's on a run. They've been doing real good. They're in the top 2. They're in the top bunch. Birmingham plays Columbus on Saturday at 2 p.m. Dallas plays Louisville. Dallas going to have a tough time, I think, with Louisville. Louisville's been playing good ball. It's at Sunday at 3 o'clock, and then on Sunday evening at 6 is the Battlehawks and the Houston Gamblers in Houston at Shell Energy Station. Like I said, it's almost the end. Let me look at the. What is the bracket? What is the? What I'm looking for? I'm looking for the standings. Standings. Here we go. The standings. Orlando, 6-2. Battlehawks, 5-3. The DC Defenders, 5-3. Birmingham's 4-4. Louisville's 4-4. Dallas 3-5, and Houston 3-5, and Columbus 2-6. The top 4 make the playoffs. Orlando, St. Louis, DC, and Birmingham's all right now in the top. But Birmingham and Louisville's tied 4-4, and Dallas is 1 game behind. So Dallas could make up some ground because Dallas plays Louisville. So we'll find out what happens in that game, but that's what's going to happen in the UFL this coming weekend, and then they have one more week and then the playoffs.
Yep.
And then they have the, what is it? The UFL, the
Championship.
championship. And what it's called, I forgot. It's called the United Bowl. The United Bowl is what they're going to have. And it's going to be, I think, in D.C. In D.C. is what I understand. Okay, let's move on to the NBA. What happened last night? Woo!
We
Big
had some
win
good
last night.
games. We had some good games recently. So, Monday night, the Spurs beat Oklahoma City, the powerhouse number 1 seed, OKC, in game 1 of the conference finals.
Yep.
Our top players were Victor Wembanyama with 41 points, 11 rebounds. 41 points, 24 rebounds.
That boy played good.
3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. That is a crazy. And he also went 14 for 25 field goal wise and 1 for 2 in 3-point and hit a clutch 3-pointer to send the game to overtime.
Yep.
And for the OKC, higher scorer was Jalen Williams with 26. They held Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to 24 with 24, 3, and 12. So, not the greatest of shooting nights for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That will be good. If they hold him from scoring, that will be good for the Spurs. They play game 2, I believe, tonight.
Yep.
They play game 2, tonight at 7:30. Then last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers blow a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter to the New York Knicks in game 1
They went cold.
of the
Could not hit
Eastern
a shot.
Conference Finals. They only scored 1 field goal in overtime.
But in the fourth quarter, they were down, up 22, and New York ended up winning by, I think, 8 points. No, 11
Jalen Brunson went off
11
last night with 38, 5, and 6.
Yeah, it was
As
big time.
The Knicks come back and win game 1 as they will play game 2 tomorrow night.
Yep, tomorrow night. Yep, short day.
Yeah, they'll play Saturday night. Interesting.
I thought they played tomorrow night.
No, they'll play game 3 Saturday night at 7.
Okay.
So that's it for the NBA because we're running out of teams.
Yeah,
There's only 4 teams left.
My picks last week only went 1-2. My first losing week in quite some time. This week I already won my 2 games last night. I had the Knicks and I had the over, and it went over by half a point. Just covered. Tonight I like Oklahoma City -6.5 and over 215.5. If you're going to put any money on the game, what do? Only bet what you can afford to lose, or don't bet at all. Anyway, good luck tonight if you're going to take any of those. Let's cover the UFC real quick. We had a few fights last week. Nate Diaz.
Not UFC.
Well,
MVP MMA.
still, it was the same thing.
Jake
The
Paul.
fights. MMA fights.
Jake Paul Promotions, they decided to put a boxing promotion, decided to put on an MMA fight on Netflix. And it was a good card until the main event. Nate Diaz got beat up pretty bad by Mick Perry.
Yep.
And Francis Ngannou with a first-round knockout against Philippe Lins. And the hype of one of the greatest women's fights of all time didn't last long.
17 seconds.
17 seconds before Ronda Rousey got Gina Carano in an armbar.
It didn't look
Her
right to me.
signature move.
Didn't look right to me. I think that might have been they might have gave her that fight. They might have gave her that fight. But anyway,
But Carano hasn't fought since 2009.
still,
43 years
Yeah.
old.
I don't know. Ronda Rousey ain't fought in a while either.
That's argument.
Anyway, let's move on. We're going to move on to the Saints schedule.
Let's go to the Saints.
Oh, the Saints schedule came out last Thursday night. We talked about it before. Talked about what we thought was going to happen. Let's talk about it real quick about the schedule. Here we go. How's it open? We opened up on a noon game, week 1 at Detroit. We play the Lions.
Yep. Week 2, we go to Baltimore. 2
Hey,
weeks in a row,
Baltimore.
we're on the road.
2 weeks. Then we come home and we play the
Raiders. The day after the Dome coming, the return to the Dome after Katrina, the day after.
The 20th anniversary. We will
20th
play.
anniversary.
We'll play Atlanta.
We'll play Atlanta the
Monday
next
Night
week
Football.
on
That's all-
Monday Night
That's the
Football.
only prime game this year, prime night. But at least we got a prime night.
On Monday Night Football at 7:15.
Week 5, we got Minnesota coming into New Orleans to play. So we have 3 home games back to back. Pretty good.
Yep.
Then where we go?
We'll go to New York and we'll play the Giants.
The Giants. And then we go to Paris. And we play the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you don't know by now, Aaron Rodgers is coming back. And he announced today he will not be back next year. This is his final year.
Farewell.
2026. His farewell tour. So he'll be taking
And
the
then we
tour.
will be heading.
Then we have a bye week. Then we go to
Then we will go
we
home.
host Cleveland.
We'll go home and then go host Cleveland Browns. Then we will stay home and host the Panthers.
Carolina Panthers. In week 11,
We will
November
go to
22nd,
Chicago.
Chicago Bears. Week 12, we go to Cincinnati and play
The Bengals.
the Bengals. Joe Burrow, Chase, that bunch.
Yep. And then we will go back home to play Green Bay.
Green Bay Packers coming to New Orleans. Then we go to Carolina.
Yep.
12-13.
Then we will go to Tampa.
Play Tampa in Tampa.
Then we'll go back home to the Dome to play the Cardinals
And then we finish with the Falcons
and the Bucks.
and the Bucks. We played the Bucks twice in the last 4 weeks. We also played Carolina in the last 6 weeks twice, and Atlanta one time in the last 6 weeks. So that kind of gives you what the schedule is. What we're going to do today, while we have some time, we're not going to go through the whole schedule, but I printed some stuff about some details about every game. We're going to look at each game. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the first 7 games. We'll go up to the bye, just talk about what we think, what the predictions are, and go from there. First week, the Saints start off on the road, and where they go?
To Detroit.
They go to Detroit. Detroit Lions took a step back last year, right? They looked bad last year, but you know what? They lost their offensive coordinator. They lost their defensive coordinator. So, you know, they were trying to come back. The Saints have to deal with a loaded offense. They got Jared Goff. They got Jamar Gibbs, Amar St. Brown, and Jameis Williams. What do you think's going to happen? This guy thinks we're going to lose 27-17. 27-17. So he has us losing.
I don't think so. I think it'll be closer than
I
that.
think it'll be a closer game than that, but chances are we're probably going to lose to Detroit. I like catching them early. They don't have a whole lot of time to get rolling, which is the same for us. We don't have a lot of time to get rolling either. So it's hard to tell the first few weeks. Next week we go to Baltimore. What happened in Baltimore? Who's playing in Baltimore, Kale? Lamar Jackson.
Lamar
He's
Jackson,
back.
Derrick
Lamar
Henry.
Jackson's kind of in a holdout right now, I heard. He's like in a holdout looking for more money. They're trying to redo his contract from what I understand. So.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's still there. They got a new coach. Remember what happened? John Harbaugh. They
John
let John
Harbaugh
Harbaugh go
fired.
after 18 years. And Jesse Minter has come from the Chargers. He was the defensive coordinator there. He came in and he took over for John Harbaugh. So we're going to find out what happens. They did bring in Trey Hendrickson to help their defense. Their defense has been their issue recently, so maybe that's going to fix it up. This guy says we're going to lose to them 27-17. That same score, right? Because he hit them the first game. 27-17. He's probably right. That's going to be a tough game to play and a tough game to beat Baltimore, but you just never know in the NFL. The following week, we at home, and we got the Raiders. Who the Raiders have? More than likely, Kirk Cousins is going to be starting. I don't think they're going to start Fernando Mendoza too quick. It looks to me like Kirk Cousins is probably going to be the quarterback to start the first few weeks and probably for most of the season, unless they're going to losing streak. And if they're going to losing streak, by the 4th, 5th, 6th game, they're probably going to put Mendoza in and let him finish out the season.
Get some reps.
That's probably what's going to happen because their schedule is pretty tough. I looked at their schedule, especially they play the West. They're an old division, and that division
AFC
is
West,
tough.
yeah.
It's tough. So it's going to be hard for them to do anything, but they say we're going to win. I believe we're going to win. It says 27-13. I agree. I think the Saints win that game and they'll be 1-2 at that point. Then on Monday night, we host the Atlanta Falcons.
I think we win that game.
I think we'll win that game. Michael Penix is on his way back. They say he will be ready. I'm not sure. If not, they got Tua Tua's over there too. Bijan Robinson is the guy that's we really got to play. We got to stop the run.
Yeah.
That's their deal with Atlanta. We got to stop the run. They got a good running game, good team, good running back, and he's a favorite to win the Offensive Player of the Year this coming year. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but he's favored to do it. They play on Monday night. I think the Dome is going to be rocking because it's the 20th anniversary of the return to the Dome after Katrina. I think the Saints win. He says 27-17. 23-17, I think we'll win no matter what. I'm not sure what the score is going to be.
I think we'll win bigger than that.
I think we'll win bigger than that, but we'll see. Anyway, that puts us at what? 2-2. 2-2. Then we play the Minnesota Vikings. Who's with the Vikings now? Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is the quarterback there. We're going to see what with their coach. What's his name? Anyway, the coach O'Donnell. Yeah, let's see if he can turn Kyler Murray around, because Kyler Murray's career has gone south. The last 7 years, not 7 years, but the last few years with the Arizona Cardinals. He gets a team up to play with the receivers. He's got Destrehan star Justin Jefferson. He's also got Addison, I think it is another receiver. The Saints should be able to do a good job of keeping Murray in check, I think, in that game. I think we're finally going to I think we can win that game. I think Minnesota is going to be a little bit on the skid with him. I think the Saints win. He says 30-20. The Saints win that game. So the Saints are what? 3-2 at that point. And then we do what? We go to the Giants, New York Giants. I don't know. That's going to be a tough game. The Giants should be an improved team.
Yeah.
They got John Harbaugh as a coach. That's a big addition. I think he makes a big difference there.
They got Jackson Dart at quarterback.
Jackson Dart, but this is Jackson Dart's second year. He's coming off injury.
They could be a sophomore slump.
Yeah, and the running back, Scatterboo, he's coming back. He's coming off an injury too.
Yep.
Both those guys are coming off an injury. They do have Darrell Mooney from Tulane playing over there now. They also have who's the other guy? Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors was there from LSU.
He's coming off an injury.
He's coming off. Everybody's coming off injuries over there, so it's kind of hard to tell what New York's going to do. I think they're going to have a decent team. Probably going to fight for the division, but I believe the Saints can win that game. I think the Saints can beat New York, and it's early in the season. So
I don't know. The Giants are in a tough division.
You know, but I mean that division is going to probably be the top NFC division. This year. Because Philly's good, Washington should be on the comeback.
They should be good.
And Philly,
if Washington's healthy, they're always a weapon.
And if Dallas's defense improves,
defense improves, they should be a good team.
That's going to be tough. But I think we can beat the Giants on the road. We catch them at a good time too. Early in the year, the weather should be good. I think he said the Saints win by 1. I think the Saints win 2. So we go 4-2. Then we fly over to
Paris,
France. And we play Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers coming back. We're going to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers in Paris. The Saints take on a long trip to go over there. They're the home team when we get over there. The Steelers have a large fan base and they expect to travel. But the Saints probably going to have a lot of people going. I know they got several travel packages set up for people to go to Paris. New Orleans is French and Spanish. A lot of people want to go to that game. I thought about going, but to me, I didn't want to go all the way over there just for a 3 or 4 day weekend. I plan to go to Europe sometime, probably next year, but not for that game. Maybe they're going to be. They announced this week the NFL will now have, beginning next year, 12 international games. Beginning in 27, 12 international games. So Saints may be in one of those games next year. We'll find out what goes on. He says the Saints are going to win that game, and I believe it. But he says Pittsburgh's going to win 23-20. I don't agree with that. I think the Saints are going to play Pittsburgh and play them tough. On the road, I think we have the home field advantage when we go over there. And I think we end up with a 4-3 record at the bye. And that's the bye.
You think we lose to Pittsburgh?
I think we'll win. He says we lose. I think we'll win.
Then we're 5-2.
So we're 5-2. I say we'd be 5-2 at the end of 7 games when the bye starts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if everybody else agrees, but that's what we think so far. We're not going to cover the rest of the games until next week. Give us a little more time to look at them. We're going to review those the last 8 games, right? Oh, we more than 9 games. Yeah, let's go one more. We go one more. Let's go to the Cleveland game. Cleveland game at New Orleans. Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson. Nobody really knows. Cleveland has dug a hole for many, many years, and I don't see him digging out that hole. Sounds like Watson's going to be the starter, is what they're saying, as of today.
Listen, everybody's saying Deshaun Watson. if you're the Cleveland Browns and you're watching this, start Shedeur Sanders. He is your franchise quarterback. I don't care what anybody tells you. Deshaun Watson has been out of his prime for 5 years.
So, tell you what, you take all 4 quarterbacks. They got 4 quarterbacks.
I would put
They got the
Shedeur
Arkansas quarterback too. So they got 4 quarterbacks.
All those quarterbacks, I'd put Shedeur above all of them.
Put them all in shirts and T-shirts, shorts and T-shirts, no name. Put them out there. Deshaun Watson will look better than anybody else.
I don't think so.
And that's why he's going to start the game.
I don't think so.
I'll bet you he starts the season.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I think we'll win that game. He says 19-16. That puts us at 6-2 if we're right and we win. All right, so we're going to move on. Next week we'll talk about the rest of the schedule, which includes Carolina, Chicago, Cincinnati, Green Bay, Carolina again, and Tampa, and Arizona, Atlanta, and Tampa again. Next week we'll cover all of those in detail. Talk about who's on the teams. We may know a little more information about them at that time. But anyway, we got them through what? That was 8 games? Through 8 games, we got them going 6-2. That's pretty good. Now, we could be wrong, and they might not make 6-2, but I believe in the end they're going to win 10 or 11
Through
games.
9 weeks, we got them going 6-2.
Yeah, 2 losses. I just believe they're going to win 10 or 11 games. They're going to win the division. Work it. They're going to win the division. Yeah. Unless they get some serious injuries or Tyler Shuck is not what we think he is. Mm-hmm. If that happens, then what we do, we'll draft a quarterback next year. Yeah. So anyway, anything else for today? I think that's about it.
Oh.
We covered everything.
Yeah.
If you have any comments, please let us know. Let us on Facebook or let us know on
YouTube. Looking at podcasts and Facebook, like he
said. You can find us on both places. Share us. Let everybody know we're out here so people know. If they want to get caught up on sports, every week we do this little 20, 30-minute broadcast and we do predictions. And when football season starts, we start giving picks every week on that. So anyway, go Tigers. Let's win this game tonight and move on.
Who dat? Let's go to the play. Let's try and win our division this year. Who dat? Go Tigers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.